Hi guys, welcome to Full Time Devils. I'm Adam McKola, he's Mr. Stephen Howson. We are here in the wonderful Singapore. We are outside the National Stadium right now, but we thought the view is so much better this way. And plus, we'll just have a look this way. They don't need to see our faces. We've got faces for radio anyway. I mean, you'll see the stadium tomorrow on Fancam, so we thought, why not give you a taste of the Singapore skyline? We are here though, Manchester United into Milan. First things first though, we've just been walking around with Dimitar Berbatov, Lee Sharp. Pretty cool, isn't it?
It's so hot here and all. It was a good job Berber was there because he brought the temperature down about 10 degrees, didn't he? Yeah. Because he's that cool.
He is very cool. What's cooler than being cool?
Ice cold.
Dimitar Berbatov. Yeah, so thank you to Hunter for that absolute legend. But we're here to chat Manchester United into Milan. And Manchester United's third pre-season game of the tour now. The third pre-season game. So what would you like to see differently in this game that we probably didn't expect to see in the first two because it's so early on in pre-season?
Well, I don't know if I'd say I wouldn't expect it, but I think this is the game. I don't know if it's been hinted at or confirmed, so I'm sure everyone in the comments will one finger type it dead angrily and tell me that they're looking now at the 60-65 minutes for one team. So we're looking at probably the team that started against Leeds. 7 or 8 out of them are probably going to maybe do 60 minutes rather than a full 11 change. That's what I'm sort of expecting from this game. This is also a bigger test by levels than the first two games that we've had. But it's also a very tactical test as well because it's another team that's going to play free at the back. It's another team that's going to pose tactical issues for Manchester United. So I'm very excited to see how we cope with this because we've got to start benchmarking ourselves about, with our sort of peers across Europe, and Inter Milan really, in terms of the size of the club, nowhere near, but in terms of their 11 and the team that they're going to be sticking out, it's comparative. It should be competitive, and that's what I'm hoping for, a good competitive football match, and I'll be very happy we get that.
It's interesting you mentioned Inter Milan. I mean, we've seen the absolute hysteria for Manchester United. It's like Michael Jackson and the Beatles have rocked up in town. And for Inter Milan, I heard there was a meet and greet the other day, and literally like 5 people turned up, which shows the levels between the two clubs because Inter Milan ain't no Mickey Mouse club. So it's absolutely quite incredible the differences between levels.
There's a lot of Spurs fans walking around. A lot of Spurs fans.
It helps that there's currently a Spurs training going on.
Yeah, Spurs training about 100 metres away actually, so that might have something to do with it because we've just been, I think the stadium's part of a shopping mall and we've just been walking around the shopping mall and I'm just like, how many Spurs fans is there? But yeah, thinking about it, it might be the training. We'll find out tomorrow when it's just absolute carnage with United fans because everywhere else that we've been has been United fans. But saying that, my taxi driver to your hotel this morning did have a Spurs sticker in there. So maybe
not good. It is changing. See, Ed, you can't just rely on the past to get fans because new fans are popping up everywhere.
But Joe, he actually said, he goes, they're not very good at the minute, Spurs. They was good when I started watching them. I'm like, wasn't that the 60s? Fair play, lad. I mean, he was an old taxi driver, like.
It is, man. As for Manchester United, what do you expect that team to look like? Because you mentioned 60-65 minutes, we'll get to see our first 11 a little bit more. Actually, before we go into that, we've seen a 4-2-3-1 in every game. No. More or less.
Oh, hang on. Yes. No. I did my preview like 2 days ago, I think. I mean, I don't even know what day it is, technically. So in my head, I'd already done my preview and I'd gone for 4-4-2 diamond because actually I think against a 4-3-3 with wing-backs that we're going to see, I actually think we're probably going to see the diamond this time around.
My actual question was, can you read much into the formations that we're setting? Or because I don't want to see a 4-2-3-1 going into, and the selection on paper looks like that, and
I think
we need more midfielders. Are we going to get them?
It has been that. Well, you think about it, you've got a handful of number 10s now. You've got Mata, you've got Jesse Lingard, you've got Angel, who is definitely knocking on the door for a place and possibly a start, certainly in Europa or in the League Cup. He's looked phenomenal so far. I thought Pereira has looked brilliant with the ball. I haven't really noticed a lot of him off the ball. You've seen Pogba in a way more withdrawn role. I'm hoping that a game against Inter Milan is where you see Pogba start, because he's not played bad. Like, being withdrawn doesn't mean bad. It just means withdrawn. That's all it means. Don't read anything else into that. But he has been withdrawn. But I think the two teams that we've played, they've both been teams that have parked the bus, sat off, not really wanted to engage. Inter Milan aren't going to do that, and that's where I'm really interested to see what happens with Paul Pogba, how he can sort of dominate and control this game, because that's what we do want from him.
I do feel he's been picking the ball up still way too deep.
But look at the ball he played for Wan-Bissaka for Greenwood's goal, mate. There was no pants on in Perth.
Pants off for Pogba. Do you know, when we see Aaron Wan-Bissaka playing, I'm going round today, we've seen a fair few shirts as we arrived for Wan-Bissaka. There's obviously a general excitement around it. Obviously helps that he's been our most expensive signing so far, and we've only made 2. But he's making such a difference because we've now got some sort of threat down that right-hand side. Of course, he still needs to improve in terms of his final ball, his final delivery. But he's going to put him on the play for Greenwood like he did.
Almost flawless defensively, isn't he? Yeah. I spoke a lot about identity over the last month or so.
What?
Identity. Yeah. And one of the things that I was hoping is that we see a United goal start to emerge. Something that you go, that's a United goal. Because if I said to you, close your eyes, think of the 90s, explain to me a United goal.
Okay, movement.
It might be a ball played out to the side. Scholes' hit one over to Beckham. He's took one touch, played out of his feet, whips it in. Dwight York set it in. That's a United goal, right?
I just thought of Inter Milan 2-0 at Old Trafford.
It's not a bad shout. But that happened time and time and time again. That was a United goal. So I want to see a United goal start to emerge. And if that's Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I think it's very important that what you're seeing is we're not crossing that ball, which is why I think I've said to you a couple of times, I don't think Dalot's going to make it here in this system. He was definitely a Jose Mourinho signing for Lukaku, like Perisic was going to be for Lukaku, whereas Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's Manchester United are playing it on the floor. We're looking to get to the byline and pass it back into somewhere around the penalty spot, and that was exactly what we did for Greenwood's goal. So I can't even tell you how happy I was. I mean, Marcus's goal was phenomenal, and it was an individual bit of skill, Terry Henry-esque, but that goal for Mason Greenwood got me way more excited because of what it represents. You have to have a team identity and a team way of scoring goals, and it almost doesn't matter who drops in there because the team knows what it's got to do.
And it's opening the pitch up as well, because you look at Paul Pogba now, and when he does, you mentioned the pass to Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but that option wasn't there before. It was almost always going down the left or looking to pick the perfect pass over the top. Now we've got multiple options, and as soon as Wan-Bissaka gets on the ball, we've got, I know it's been perfect lead, so it's hard to say, but we've got multiple runners trying to get into the box, trying to get on the edge of the box.
Did you see that little clip of Dan James as well? Noticed there was a gap, goes to try and fill in, just steps just into the box, ball gets switched over, and then he's the one having the shot in the other end. Unbelievable. If that's all he's been signed for, is that level of energy and commitment, sound?
Well, we've spoken about Wan-Bissaka. Let's talk about our new signing, Daniel James. Do you think he will be in that first 11? I think he's better when you see that pace. Imagine 75th minute coming. Oh Jesus!
Finish him off. Yeah. No, I think he might start against Inter Milan. I think that you're probably going to see a very, very, very similar, if not that starting 11 against Inter Milan starting, and that'll be the 60-minute team, very likely. After the first game against Perth, what I was noticing with the second team, which was technically the team that started, they lacked a little bit of quality in the final third. Chong, James, Jesse, there was no one that was really having that quality in the final third, and Tony suffered a little bit because of that. So in my predicted 11 prior to that game, I swapped James and Angel around, and I was like, Angel's going to provide that little bit of quality, which he did, and James can sort of just add movement because we've already got Juan Mata, we've already got Paul Pogba, we've got players that are going to help find him. And that's what I'm expecting to see again. I think he might start in these games just for those reasons, but I'll be very interested to see what happens, or whether, because we've not got a field 2 11s, is Tony Marshall going to start with Marcus down the middle, with Mason on the right? Jesus, that's exciting. And if you've got Juan Mata in behind, Pogba behind him, it's that other number 6, if you like, that is going to be the interesting one. I think Scott McTominay's looked good. Fred's probably going to get a run out, maybe 10-15.
Fred is in town now.
Yeah, he's in town, yeah. Matic is the one that looks in danger of losing his spot to me. I thought Andres Pereira looked brilliant with the ball at his feet. As I said to you before, I need to go and watch him a little bit more off the ball.
He waits someone as well, which isn't like it.
Yeah, but he's so good with the ball at his feet that I thought him and Angel was the only two that was providing any sort of quality in that 11. Everyone else was a little bit just lacking a little bit in that final third, and the quality of the ball, and certainly that back four was horrendous. Like we struggled so bad. One thing I don't want to see from that first 11, or what we're gonna, team A if you like, is that we was going direct to James, Marcus Rashford, and Mason Greenwood. Mate, me and you could defend against those two with a long ball.
We are pretty shit, aren't they?
Yeah, but I'm better unit, I'm saying. But like, that's not smart. Like, going long to Marcus Rashford is never going to be a good idea. Going long to Dan James.
To anyone without Lukaku up top, even with Lukaku up top, it's not smart.
It's just, and then Mason Greenwood. I was watching the Leeds defence. Like, this is championship defender, rugged championship defenders, and a 17-year-old boy. Now, Mason Greenwood's a hell of a footballer, but he ain't going to chest it like Fellaini and spin round on it, is it? He's not going to do that. That's not his game. So I want to see that eliminated a little bit. We need to figure out a way of getting it from back to front that doesn't involve going long into a channel.
Ollie mentioned Mace could start against Chelsea, which I know he would say, because he's the kind to say everyone's got an opportunity to start and not close the door on anyone, which is what you want to see. But do you think we could actually potentially see that if he continues to impress and improve and show that he's capable?
Why not? Honestly, God, why not? Why not? Why not go with someone that's got that threat in the final third? Because he's got that. Now, there's elements of his game that are raw. There's elements of his game that are immature and undeveloped because he's just not got the experience in there. But that's what you're supposed to do with a good team around him. Now, if you're happy with, let's say it's McTominay and Pogba, and you go with Marcus up front, who does seem to be the preferred number 9 at the moment, I think Tony's got to be brought in there if he can complete what's going on with the team, and start Mason, because the guy is a goal threat, right? And now he's got one. I'd back him to get another, and I'd back him to get another, and I'd back him to get another. Kush could, but you can also bring in Jesse if need be. You could also bring in Angel or possibly Chong. I think there's a little bit of a step down with those guys at the moment in terms of readiness for the first team. But Mason doesn't care. Like, he's like an absolute deadeye.
Don't care.
He really don't care. He like, I think he would rather be anywhere. So I don't even think he likes playing football. I think this is like a job to the guy. He's so ice cold about it, and I think that's dangerous, because I think some people could get overawed. I think some people could get nervous. Mason's just like,
let's do it.
Yeah, he could be. He might as well be working at Burger King.
Before we do go on to score predictions and all that malarkey, 2 players weren't involved last time out. De Gea, ill. Obviously, hope he starts. Romelu Lukaku, Inter Milan. Do we see? Is this a power play by United in terms of, look, we're playing him against you, you need to cough up even more money, or have we seen the last of Rom in a shirt?
If we do, though, isn't it weird if we do? What a weird send-off that is for him to the team that he's playing.
It's like Hernandez against Chivas, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it was. I don't think he's been injured. I'm not buying that. No, we saw him in training. That was after he'd had a knock, but he looked fine. And then he's picked up another knock. That's very convenient. I'm not expecting to see him against Inter Milan. We might, like I said, I think there's probably some political power play going to be happening that we're not aware of in relation to the transfer. But I wouldn't be expecting to see him. Why would you want to be disrupting the plans of the people who are actually going to be here with a guy that you know doesn't want to be here?
Some might say the same about certain central midfielder, but it looks like he's going to stay now, which is amazing. Yeah. Well, De Gea hasn't been involved yet.
There's a lot of talk that he's signing, and his goalkeeping coach basically walk around the hotel telling everyone who's signing as well, so that's probably a good sign.
His goalkeeping coach loves to chat, doesn't he? Every time we see him, he's on the phone. He
is jacked as well.
Jacked and tanned.
Yeah. Jacked and tanned. If you know what we're on about with jacked and tanned, just comment below. I'll show you the
Right. Any more predictions?
I'm predicting more goals. I think we're not going to keep a clean sheet this time. I think the clean sheet's probably going to go. We look shakier at the back because we're not great at the back. We've still got places for improvement at the back, certainly in that second 11.
Bailey and Lindelof again?
I'd go with that. I would go with that. I think that's not a bad shout. We thought we wanted to see that a lot last season, didn't we? We never really saw it. But I think that you go with that. I think the way we go forward, we flood forward, we're hitting 5-6 people getting into the box at a time, it's going to leave you vulnerable. And a team like Inter are probably going to capitalise on that a little bit, especially with Perisic is playing wing back. They're a very attacking team. They're a very attacking. Brozovic is looking good for them. You've got Skriniar at the back. This is a team. I mean, Icardi's just. He might be on one of them rowing boats. I don't know. He's by the sounds of it, he's not here. So they're still a good team. and they're a team that's going to hurt you. I think we're probably going to have to get used to a little bit of what Liverpool had a couple of seasons ago, where they're extremely attacking, but we're going to concede quite a few goals. And I think we probably concede the first one of pre-season tomorrow night.
So United winning, but we conceded.
3-1. I don't know why I feel 3-1.
I'm going to go 4-1.
Oh my God.
Is that worrying?
That would be delightful.
There'll be a lot of disappointed fans here. 55k, I think. 50,000 will be United fans tomorrow. Please don't drop. I don't think we've insured you, have we?
I've got good insurance. Don't worry about that.
Lovely.
Stadium's right there.
55,000.
Right behind.
55,000. Maybe we'll get a picture for the thumbnail just so they can see what we can see. But that is so much better, isn't it?
Singapore is beautiful.
It's an amazing place.
Absolutely beautiful.
The culture, the food, the people, everything's just amazing.
The weather's class. Joe, when you go on the weather app, it's like 35 degrees, thunder and lightning. You're like, I don't even know what to wear for that. But
I need to get out of this velour and get in the pool.
yeah, let's get in the pool.
That's the one. Right, guys, get your predictions in the comments below. Your preferred 11s as well, because we're expecting to see more of a Manchester United 11 that may appear against Chelsea. So what do you think that will be? Get that in the comments below, your score predictions. And don't forget, we'll be back with fan cams, with reaction, with a vlog from Singapore. If you haven't seen the Aussie part 2 vlog, then go and check that out. We met quackers and stuff.
Quackers.
Quackers, same thing. Anyway, we're out of here.